All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're diving into a really unique source, a visual book that tells a story about professional life without a single word of dialogue. It's all about this idea of a quiet, deliberate path to mastery.
And this quote, man, it just perfectly sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. It asks us to forget about the loud, flashy version of success for a minute, and instead to look at something much deeper, something more internal.
So our first big idea is all about rhythm. This isn't a story about that frantic, gotta-get-ahead climb up the corporate ladder. No, it's about finding your personal cadence, your own unique way of moving through your career that's guided by an internal compass, not all the external noise.
And here's what's so cool about the source material for this. It follows two different professionals, but there's no dialogue, no captions, nothing. The entire story is told through their presence, the way they carry themselves, how they move, how they focus. It's a visual journey of becoming who they're meant to be.
This really lays out the two paths, right? On one side, you've got loud success, which is all about external validation, always being in motion, making a lot of noise. But on the other side, there's quiet mastery. And that's about finding clarity inside yourself, moving with a deliberate rhythm, and having this anchored, authentic presence. That's the path this book really champions.
Okay, so let's jump into the narrative. First up, we meet our two main characters when they're totally in their element, completely in the zone. This is where we see that upward momentum in action.
So first, we see him. It's Dawn, and he's not just some guy waiting for a train. The book calls him a silhouette of intention. That's powerful, right? There's this stillness about him, this internal resolve that just sets him apart from the chaos of the city waking up.
And then there's her. Wow. The way she moves, it's with this incredible confidence. The book says she isn't just walking through a space, she's shaping it. Her momentum is so strong it feels like it's bending the world to her will. It's all quiet confidence.
Now we see him at his desk. And look at this space, it's all about stillness. He's not frantically multitasking, he's sculpting direction. It suggests every single move has a purpose. This is where real progress happens, not through noise, but through that deep, quiet focus. And here she is leading a meeting, but notice she's not the loudest person in the room. Far from it. People are listening to the cadence of her presence. Her authority doesn't come from being loud. It comes from this deep well of conviction and clarity. You don't have to announce it, you just feel it.
But, life isn't just a highlight reel. The journey isn't a straight line up. So now the story throws a wrench in the works. It shows us those moments we all know too well, when our rhythm gets thrown off and our confidence just takes a nosedive.
Exactly. That's the big question, isn't it? What happens when that quiet confidence, that steady momentum just breaks? Let's see how they handle it.
And for him, it hits hard. He's in a meeting, speaking with total sincerity, and nothing. The room is just tuned out. It's this tableau of dissonance. His presence, which was his biggest asset, feels like it's been completely erased. He's right there, but he might as well be invisible.
For her, the setback is different. It's criticism. And it's not just notes on a page. The book describes each red mark as a small wound. You can almost feel that, can't you? That steady resolve we saw before is now being seriously tested, and it feels personal.
And you can see how that doubt totally changes how he carries himself. He's not that confident silhouette anymore. Now he's moving like a question half-formed. His whole posture has changed. It's like the very ground he's walking on is asking him, "Are you sure you belong here?"
Her response is the opposite of frantic. She just stops. She becomes still. In the middle of this busy, blurry city, she just holds a pause. She's not just waiting for the bus. You get the feeling she's waiting for something inside her to click back into place.
Okay, so this is maybe the most important part of the whole story. How do they get back on track? It's not about fighting harder, being louder. It's about going quiet and turning inward. This is the big turning point.
And the book breaks it down into this really simple three-step process. It's beautiful. First, you just have to acknowledge the pause, that feeling of being stuck. Then you turn inward, you reflect. And it's only from that place of stillness that you can find your personal rhythm again.
This image of him is so powerful. He's just standing in front of a humming vending machine. It's such an ordinary moment, but in that pale glow, with the world being totally indifferent to him, he's having this deep internal reckoning with himself. And for her, it's about choosing to disconnect, The laptop, the symbol of all that pressure and criticism, is closed. Instead, her entire focus is on this one single leaf falling from a tree. She's deliberately choosing a natural, simple rhythm over the demanding glow of a screen. It's her way of resetting.
And all of this leads to the final stage of their journey. See, they haven't reached some finish line called success. It's something much better. They've arrived at a new way of being, a more resilient, more integrated kind of quiet mastery.
Check out his leadership style now. It's completely transformed. He's not trying to own the room anymore. He's not dominating the conversation. Instead, he anchors it. He listens. He creates space. And his leadership becomes something that's simply felt, not shouted.
And look at her. She's walking past all her awards, all these framed achievements. But they're not trophies to her, not anymore. They're just milestones, integrated parts of her ongoing journey, part of her rhythm. So when you boil it all down, the book leaves us with these beautiful, simple ideas to hold on to. Presence is your gentle anchor in the here and now. Rhythm is your personal guide for when to move and when to be still. And memory? It's not baggage, it's a companion that helps shape the path ahead. And that brings us to the final and maybe most important thought. The story turns the question back to us. After seeing their journey, it makes you wonder, right? Looking at your own life, your own career, what does your quiet ascent look like? That's the question this amazing story leaves us with.